In God we trust. All others we track. That's the fire controlman credo. If it flies, it dies. You know, most people don't realize that they make things more difficult for themselves than they need to be. And I'm one of the first ones to admit when I have fallen short of my goals or aspirations or intentions. And like right now, I'm doing some awesome deals, man. I'm manifesting things into my life that are stupendous. I mean, I'm impressing even myself. But you got to remember that when manifesting, when getting when practicing your art, you need to be specific in what you want and need. Don't be airy about it. You know, when you're thinking of, like for a car, for example, you want to be specific, man. That it's a white car, it's a Toyota, it's a whatever, right down to the interior, everything, man. And when you go for a goal like that, that's so crystal clear, and there is no ambiguity, it comes to you a lot faster than just saying, "Oh, I need a car," and hoping that the universe crosses your path with one. But I have been trying to do a whole bunch of different things this week to try to materialize a real estate deal, which I needed a lot of cash for. And I was counting on some associates in the Republic to come through and perform as they had promised, but that did not happen. And so I could have just quit, I could have just said, "Oh, that's a lot of money. I can't get that," or made any kind of other excuse to tell my business partners, my partners in creating value, that I'm incapable of performing because I was relying on this other person to help me to create value. Well, I was really counting on that and everything, and it fell through. And I thought that that was really essential for my success. And last night, I didn't want to call Laura and tell her, "Hey, the deal's off. I have no money or whatever." But this morning, when we were trying to negotiate out the last parts of the lease, which I wrote up and drew up, I only had $133 on me. $133 cash. And because of the betrayal the day before, I was kind of pessimistic about being able to sell my gold and silver for a decent price. And I thought that, it might be, I'd probably have to go to some shyster and, accept, a big haircut to reach my goals, which was like $8,000. And I also needed it to be in a form where I could quickly do the business I needed, So I don't know. I really haven't been thinking about this money thing very much. And it's really funny because last night I was surfing around on Entrepreneur Magazine, and this one article I came upon said the reason that entrepreneurs, do the startups and make it is just for the money. And that's, this is the ultimate measure of service to others when you can demand, a fair price in the marketplace. Money isn't really a problem, even though, depending on, what business you're in or whatever. To me, this is just a tool. I mean, I was not in pursuit of this $2,700 here all day just to, go get strippers at the local titty bar and, get a 12-pack of beer. And think that, I've produced something or accomplished something. But, because I refuse, or I'm trying really hard to stick to my principles, which is not borrowing money or trying not to take on debt unnecessarily, and to avoid using these goddamn things. Because, I took a haircut today on the collectibles that I sold today, but any other time that I've done that before, I've sold, my collection for, because I needed cash money. I was just so low mentally, and I felt like, that haircut that I was taking, which, may have only been 15-20%, I don't know, that, it was just, a devastating situation, and when you are working on a scarcity mindset, or that a certain thing is essential for your success, that's the way it's going to be, because careful what you think, you just might get it. So last night I was kind of full of doubt. I was ready to kind of maybe throw in the towel on the deal, and because I was real reluctant to try to sell my gold and silver, and I didn't want to take a haircut, and I didn't want to sell it to, shysters and everything. But last night, I had a turn of events, on the top side. I started getting on the lease, and doing that. But, I sat around and acquiesced and felt bad for it for about 6-8 hours, because I was reluctant to call Laura and tell her, the status that, I didn't get the $3,600 I was counting on to make the deal a success, and that was my first, that was my preconceived notion, or that, I needed that deal that person to do that thing for me to be successful. And sure enough, that's the way it was until I changed my thinking. And when I decided to first write up the lease, because I was kind of reluctant to drop the lease, because I wasn't confident that I was going to have the money. To be quite honest, I wasn't confident I was going to have the money. So it wasn't until I wrote the lease and became more confident, as the night grew, as I worked all night long on the lease, and early in the morning, telling Laura, I mean, this is all a total last minute deal. Everything's falling into place at the last minute. And it's only because I decided for it to do that. It was okay for it to fall into place. I am worthy of success and getting the things that I think need to be done in the world done. And it don't count on money. It don't count on other people doing stuff for me. It just decides on me making a decision to do it. And the more I believe that, the easier shit's coming. So my next challenge, my next barrier to get around is hiring a capable assistant to help me, increase production and help get some of these programs and stuff, these things that I want to do. I mean, it takes so much time. But during when I was an Amway distributor and stuff, reading all kinds of self-help books, and just being an Amway guy, they say that you probably wouldn't want to dress. You want to dress for success. Because that's what the self-help guru says. That's what Anthony Robbins says, or whatever. And I used to believe all that stuff, because most of it's true. If somebody can write it in a book, whether it's the Bible, or How to Win Friends and Influence People, or Richest Man Babylon, or those are all magic power of thinking big. Very powerful books, and it affects your thinking, because those guys, we walked around with breath spray things, and we thought we were slick, man, because we looked good, smelled good, and we were generating good. But you would think that a guy that looks to me like I look right now, you would think that might be a barrier, an impediment of him being able to be successful in garnering trust, a reputation, or of being productive. I mean, I love the people that give me a hard time about my appearance, and but it doesn't. I don't think it's a detriment to my success. Only you think it's a detriment to my success. And since I don't believe or think how you do, it doesn't make much difference. So when I walked into the the store to do business, which that's J.A. Anderson, or J. Austin. Yeah, J. Austin. in Ashland. But anyway, it's kind of interesting how I even found them guys. Because I didn't have any plan. I don't know of any place around here I've never known anybody to recommend a good, pawnbroker or gold buyer. So I was using Foursquare, and I looked on there, and I thought I'd find one in Grants Pass, but there wasn't one there. So I looked in Medford, and it had like a dozen of them, but like half of them had no rating, and then the other 5 had just like 1-star ratings, and there was only one. The company I dealt with, Austin and Company, they were the only ones that had any feedback, So I went to their website, and I read their website and some reviews and stuff, and they actually seemed like some good folks. So yeah, man, I got there, and man, we spent the whole afternoon talking about stories and making money, and they were kind of impressed at my attitude, because I'm an open book. I don't hide much of anything, and so it was a real smooth transaction. They didn't ask me for any of my any numbers, just my signature, and the banking and stuff came out perfect. I was able to get a check so I can take care of the lease, and now I'm going to go try to get a gift card so I can pay for transportation on the backhoe and the garage. Garage is, I need like what, $3,200 or something for that. So I'm like $500 short. So I think it's going to come by the end of the weekend. But since I'm here now, I might as well do the deal. But anyway, it's easy, man, if you make it. So it can be hard too. So, and you can make it that way too, unnecessarily. So anyway, that's Chris McCraw, iMercury, in Medford, Oregon, Wally World.